What's up guys, it's Nick back with another tech review. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for future content, and give this video a thumbs up. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a mini rant on the Essential phone right here, or the Essential PH1. I don't like this phone that much. I'm going to explain why, but for now, I'm going to tell you guys about the specs of this phone. So this phone runs on the Snapdragon 835 processing chip, 4GB of RAM, a 13 megapixel dual lens setup for the camera on the back. It has a 3040 milliamp hour battery, a 5.71 inch LCD display, Adreno 540, 128 gigabytes of storage, and it ships with Android 7.1, which is upgradable to Android 9.0 Pie. So this phone is priced around $300 to $400 retail. You can easily find it anywhere cheaper than that. It runs on all four of the major US networks. And it comes in 4 different colors: Stellar Gray, Ocean Depths, Black Moon, and Pure White. This phone does support fast charging and does not have a 3.5mm headphone jack. So why don't I like this phone? Well, there are various reasons, but first I am going to tell you about the things that I do like about this phone. And yes, there are things that I do like about this phone. So first off is the display. This display, for an LCD display, pretty much makes every other LCD display in the business look like a joke. I'm talking mostly about this right here. This is the LG G6, or many of the LG G series phones in the business as well. The G7 and the G8 just came out, have LCD displays as well, I'm pretty sure. But this is probably the best LCD in any phone that I've tried so far. Of course, there are plenty of other great LCDs out there. You got the Pocophone F1, you got the iPhone XR, but this phone, for the price, you can't get a display better than this. I think this display might even be better than my Pixel 3 display, which is an OLED. I can't really tell for sure because I haven't put them close together yet, but trust me, the display is definitely great. Another thing that I do like is the build quality and the feel in your hand. So depending on which model you'll probably get one of the ones that is made with a mixture of glass and ceramic. This one has, I'm pretty sure it's made out of ceramic as well, but it has this sort of matte finish. This is for the Stellar Gray model. But once you hold this thing in your hand, you will feel that this is probably a phone that you won't even need a case for. This is a pretty solid phone, and it's quite heavy too. It's about 186 grams, but once you have it in your hand, once you experience it, what it's like, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I wish every other phone felt like this. It's such a nice grip, and trust me, I'm gonna say it again, excellent feel in the hand. Well, those are about the only things that I like about it, so let's talk about the things that I don't like about it. So first off is a thing that I don't like and like. I've talked about it before. You guys might have seen my Pixel 3 review. I talked about it before. And it's stock Android. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of stock Android. I think it's good. It's clean. It doesn't have a lot of bloatware. It's fast. But I feel like it's lacking something. Like a lot of the other UIs or OSs, like Oxygen OS or MIUI or probably any other of the operating system out there, they feel like they have a little bit of something extra that gives it a little boost over stock Android. Stock Android, I believe, is very fast, is very responsive, but compared to maybe Oxygen OS, which is found in the OnePlus devices, and squaring and using only 4 gigabytes of RAM with a phone like that runs stock Android, the phone just isn't fast enough in some occasions. LTE speed is a little slow. Wi-Fi connection can be slow. Bluetooth connectivity can be slow. So yeah, that's not a great thing. Okay, well, and another thing that I don't like is, if you guys can see it, let me open an app that supports it, or doesn't support it, is that notch. Let me actually try one more app. Google Pay, here we go. Can you guys see that? Oh my god. So when I first saw my dad use this phone, actually, for the record, guys, my dad encouraged me to make this video. He uses a version of the Essential phone as well, not this model, but yeah. Once I saw that little teardrop notch in at the top of the screen, guys, I didn't know what to say. I mean, there are very few phones that can do the notch well. I'm talking mostly about the new LG phones have notches that are, halfway bearable. The iPhone notches are pretty big. The Pixel 3 XL is officially the ugliest phone I've ever seen because of that notch. But this thing, just how small it is, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, of course, it doesn't bother a lot of people. We all want this. We might be at, like, as MKBHD said, peak smartphone. Everybody might even like the notch, but for me, it just doesn't work. And considering how, like, phones with notches are trying to push, like, the full screen sort of effect, this phone, I don't understand why it was necessary. And plus, the phone has a big chin as well, so the notch was, I think, is completely unnecessary. They could easily go, and yeah, it does kind of disappear when you turn it in certain directions. Like, I have it like this in a landscape mode, but I just can't get over how bad that thing looks. So, I mean, that's just a preference thing personally, but you guys will just have to deal with it. All right, and the third thing that I don't like about this phone is the camera. Now, I think this camera relates to a lot of other phones. It's good on paper, but it's not actually that great. So it does have a 13 megapixel main shooter. This, I believe, is it's probably either a telephoto lens or a wide angle lens. I'm pretty sure it's telephoto because this phone does have portrait mode. But this camera is too hype for what it is. I'm going to take a picture right now and show you guys. Of course, you guys are watching this off a video camera right now, so you might not get everything you want to see, but as you can tell, the white balance is pretty inconsistent. There's not a lot of dynamic range. It's very soft. There's a lot of glare. This camera just shouldn't be something that people like love so much. People are always saying, oh, you want the dual camera? It has a dual camera, it should be good. Yeah, it's not that good. All right. Well, anyway, guys, that might have been not as detailed as you thought, but it's more of a rant. It's a mini review. That's about it for this video. Stay tuned for a new video coming in a few weeks. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to, and leave a comment if you think that I'm completely wrong and this phone is good. I want to know your guys' opinions on this. All right, guys. Anyway, that's it. It's 4T, Nick. See you guys in the next one.